You better get those feet tapping, fingers snapping, all hands clapping. Buckle up, gobble some podcorn. It's the Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle. And here we go. Dreams come true. Dreams are meant to be broken. Remember when you were 21? Oh, to be 17 again. Not a bad movie either. Just part of the theme painting the landscape of the sports weekend. And just when you thought it was safe to cross the pond, here comes the Home Run Derby. It's All-Star Week, a special week round here. And it's also the week of the 152nd Open Championship. If you're in, or I should say, were in London for Wimbledon, do you just kind of kick it and chill, take in the Open, pop over to Paris for the Olympics? I mean, if you could do it, why not? I mean, they will be lighting the torch in Paris in 2 weeks. They're going to do it on the River Seine. I mean, it's only fitting the insane action this past weekend. I don't even know where to start. I'll start by saying, put some clothes on. New day was yesterday. Rejoice. Those who took yesterday to indulge in various sports championships, maybe you shirked your household chores, played a few extra games of pickle, stayed a little longer at the 19th hole. If you don't know, you know. So take your time getting to work. It's National Get Out of the Doghouse Day. Almost 60 years ago today, Mariner 4 sent back close-up pictures from Mars. Those pictures proved that were thought to be canals on the surface of the red planet were just illusions. A lot of documentaries have been made about the colonization, exploration of Mars. A lot of folks support the movement that Mars actually will save us. Hailed mostly as a Christmas classic, it was a summer blockbuster, and it was on this day in 1988, John McClane saved Holly at Nakatomi Plaza. Die Hard blew up the box office, the first of many, and still the best. I'll be sure this is under 200. Twitter was publicly launched today in 2006. I've never been big on Twitter, which is now X. I do recommend that you watch the movie X. Do it late at night. It's not for kids under 18. When I was 18, you would have had to take like 30 minutes to look all that up in a big old hard copy of an Encyclopedia Britannica. So grassy ass to Britannica.com. There are a few kids under 18 that will get mentioned today. First, let's take a break because the kid is 21 and plays his ass off on the grass. We've seen champions have beards. We know Jaylen Brown spends a lot on his. You don't have to be a champion to be a Viking. Go to ValhallaBeardandBody.net. Use my promo code MIC15. Hey, tell Jaylen that's MIC15 at ValhallaBeardandBody.net. The Mickle Pod and Pickle with Mickle is all new, twice a week, all major podcast apps. Earbuds in, podcorn ready. It's back to the show. This just in, Tiger Woods has been seen playing practice rounds at Royal Troon. Tiger Woods also seen missing cuts in 5 of his last 6 majors. If you were across the pond this weekend, what I hope you saw, if you were anywhere around the All England Tennis Club or anywhere in the world for that matter, is the Wimbledon Championships. Both the ladies and the men, not Tiger slinging practice rounds. I saw plenty of tennis legends and celebrities on hand. The Princess of Wales even cruised in for the men's final. I love Wimbledon. It's one of my favorite events of the sports here. And as we look back, I do not want to hear he's the next. More on that in a moment. Each time I thought I had my eye on the right gal, she vanished. Coco poofed. Sweet crumbled. Rybakina was Barbora over in the semis. The stage was set again for a new women's singles champion. Yasmin Polini, who I said could win it. She was in the final against Barbora Krejcikova. Polini made the French final too. She had the crowd charmed. Let's go to the final, which did prove to be a thriller. Polini, I mentioned, working the crowd. After that first set, she takes a second set. Here we go. Barbora just proved to be too much in the end. She had the power from both sides, made incredible shots. Even at 6-4 in the third, which is how it ended, I know it felt closer. It just felt like Krejcikova was going to win it. And I don't know if I'm butchering her name. She becomes the 8th woman to claim victory at Wimbledon over as many years. It does leave me wondering here, who's next? Not who's the next who can grab the torch and run. Polini's been to 2 major finals. She hasn't cashed in yet. How will she fare in New York? You know she's going to have the crowd. People love her. She's got that smile. What about Coco? And the other, let's say, top 10 ranked women players? I mentioned some of them. Who can really ascend to the throne? Getting to a major final is a dream for any player. Winning it, like you saw from Krejcikova at the end, she couldn't even put it into words. It's hard to put into words. Now on the men's side, we go to Notebook. I have words like, he's Alcaraz. I have the number 8 drawn all over the place like a kid because I wanted Joker to get that 8th Wimbledon title, tying Federer, adding to his major total, because that is what I wanted. I got proof positive that the torch has been grabbed by Carlos Alcaraz. He has 4 majors now. He's won on all surfaces, twice on grass, both against Djokovic. Yesterday, that third set tiebreak, it's like a cat playing with string. Did the first game take as long as the rest of the first set? As hard as he tried, Novak had no answers. And don't tell me about the knee surgery. The guy was playing to win. He's not going out there if he's not going to try to win. Alcaraz, too fast, too good. He's 21. Let him go ahead and now finally step out of that shadow of the big 3. It's a big shadow. The reason it's so big, forget about the titles. It's the term, the length of that shadow. Alcaraz, he's the guy. The fans love him. He plays up to the crowd. He plays up to himself, too, I think. He plays off his freaking feet. I have never seen a flying forehand the way he hit it out of the air while he was 2 feet in the air, taking like a side crow hop into it. He's only 21. Let that marinate. He's Carlos Alcaraz. He can chase the greats. That's fine. He can chase the numbers. Everyone is chasing him now. Of course, there's going to be the chatter, the comparisons. It's what we do. What we all get to do is watch this guy now in his prime. I'll take a decade of it. How about a decade? This style, his brand of tennis. And like I said, if anything to measure against is time, and only time will tell. I can't wait to see him in prime time this year in New York for the U.S. Open. Congratulations to both Carlos Alcaraz and Barbora Krejcikova. What melody do they play? You know, what do they dance to during the Champions Dance? Do they get to pick that? Wait a minute. Do you hear that? Can you hear that?
Texas coach Lee Waters, New Jersey 5, in the lead up there. They are fired up for the 5s today, baby.
At this year's MLP Mid-Season Tournament, all 22 teams descended on Grand Rapids, Michigan with the Beer City Open in play. Premier, Challenger, all had a dream of leaving with a title and a share of that $200K prize purse. Let's take a quick break and come right back.
We are not all the same. The Havik series from Mavericks Pickleball. Swing different. MavericksPickleball.com.
If you are new to this show, thank you. If you are new to pickleball, fine. Find where you can watch the next MLP event. If you got Pickleball TV, rewatch MLP. If you got Prime, it's on Prime. They tried to put it on ESPN. I'm probably going to get to that here in a minute. I've said it over and over. People will respond to Team Pickleball. The format's fast-paced, strategy involved. They got to set the lineups, right? You get to see the best against the best in a way that does not happen week to week on tour. TV production getting better. Shameless, selfish plug. How do I submit a reel, multiple reels, something, concept show outline? I think I can resonate with some viewers at my age, and if you look at the demographics where this show hits, I mean, we got a gold mine waiting to happen. Pickle with Mickle somewhere. Pickle with Mickle pregame, Pickle with Mickle postgame, Pickle with Mickle at night. But let's get to the action. Because on both sides, whether you were looking Premier, whether you're looking Challenger, it was incredible. It was amazing all week. You like stare downs, sniping, chirping? It's there all over the court. Now, let's just go ahead. We got to fast forward to the finals, okay? On the Challenger side, Brooklyn, Vegas, the Owls came out hooting, and I was hooting with them. Caitlin Kerr, there she is, bouncing around on the sideline. They started out, they took the women's doubles, and then the Aces trumped back and took it 3-1, and it really wasn't very close. The Hard Eights come out with third place in the Challenger division, so they're going to get some cash out of that. The Hard Eights, they've shown consistency in MLP every season. Give a big shout out. Congrats, Brooklyn Aces. They're the champions of the Challenger side of this mid-season tournament. This tournament does not affect regular season standings. So it's all about bragging rights. It's kind of like, I guess, the NBA in-season tournament. So I'm not starting to like that. We got to keep things simple right now. So people start to watch, continue to watch, get their teams, get into these rivalries. All right, let me brag some more about how awesome this is. 40-38. Did I mention the NBA? That sounds like an NBA Summer League score, right? No, not so fast. That's the Orlando Squeeze New York Hustlers. This is in the mixed doubles. So if you're unfamiliar with the format, I'll break it down real quick. There's 4 players on each team, 2 dudes, 2 chicks, 2 gals, 2 guys, however you want to say it. We start off with a men's match, then we go to the women's, and then you get into mixed, right? So this is Tyson Tara McGuffin, Paris Todd, CJ Klinger on the other side, Jackie Cuamato for the Hustlers, McGuffin, Todd, their squeeze, Klinger, my guy, Jackie Cuamato. You got to win by 2. And you have to win on your serve. This thing ended 40-38. Typically, you're going to 25. The next match in this same, the next game in this same matchup, I mean, the same, series here, New York against Orlando, goes 29-27. And New York ends up taking it behind Jack Sock, Leah Jansen, over Pickleball's Fed, and Viv David. These are the kind of matchups you get to see. You don't see these folks playing together week in and week out. Now, I didn't see if Sock had any techs in this event. He should. I think that should become a part of like his routine. Nothing egregious or anything, just something fun, like smashes a ball into the stands or steps on one or something like that. Now remember, dreams are also meant to be broken. Ultimately, Orlando won the Dream Breaker in that match. Careful when you say Dream Breaker, because if David Fleming's around, his leg shakes like when you pet a dog in the right spot. Dream Breakers are cool. Dream Breakers are awesome. It's what happens when you're all tied. If it's 2-2 and it's all singles. And here comes more strategy. You got to set that lineup. You got to hold on. Players come out there for 4 points at a time, racing to 21. And if the semifinal matchup between the DC Pickleball team and the St. Louis Shock wasn't dreamy enough, you got Anna Bright squaring off against her boy toy Jimmy. It goes to a Dream Breaker. Well, Rachel Boom Boom Rohrbacher, who plays with Anna Bright, my squad, my team Brightbacher, she proves to have all the answers and gets DC into the final. Folks, this stuff is awesome. It's compelling. Now waiting for DC in those finals, the New Jersey Fives. They hadn't clowned around against Dallas, winning 3-1 Although I got to shout out, way to go Augie and J-Dub getting those points for the Flash. Let me point this out. I heard some smack talk around this House kid in Atlanta. And he does like to run it out on the court. I'm all for it. Deckle Bar, Jimmy, they had enough of it in game one. They went on a 12-2 run and put the Clowns in some doubt. Almost put them right back in the car, especially when team leader, pickleball's queen, Annalie Whiplash Waters, started kicking at balls early in the doubles match against newly acquired Viv Glossman and Boom Boom Rohrbacher. Looking at my notes, I go right to the notebook. I wrote down chemistry. It looked a bit off out there, and it looked like we might see Whiplash whip right into a frenzy. She did. She did, in a way that champions do. And at only 17, she's the champion of pickleball. Rallying herself and the team to a lead, they would hold on to win the Dream Breaker, sorry Dave, and take the title. Takeaways, Carolina looked bad. The bus slid. Didn't Utah spend some money and got some picks or something like that? Who's your pick? In Salt Lake. That's our next stop, and it's only 10 days away. We're closer to the next installment of the Pickle with Mickle interview series. Evan from Cheers Pickleball joining me, scheduled, join me on the court this week. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Madonna sang the song. Maradona had fans crying in his hands. Fans might have been crying in their copas. Delays to the start of Copa America. And then, well, you're going to have to wait. When we come back after this final break, I'm going to break down a little soccer. Euro, Copa America, just in case you missed it. The Mickle Pod is brought to you by Vert. Now available in shocking sour apple. Get up and go with Vert. You're listening to the Mickle Pod. Why wouldn't you be? Now back to the show. Full disclaimer, I am not a soccer aficionado, as they might say. I do like soccer. I love the World Cup. The Eurofinal between Spain and England, and I like it when it's these national teams, and so you had them in the Eurofinal. You had them in Copa America. We're going to get to that. The Eurofinal between Spain and England, good as it can get, I think, on the pitch. I can go to the notebook. First half, long runs by Spain. Seems to be building. England holding well. I mean, the first half is what you come to expect in a soccer game. There's 2 yellow cards, a few delays, a couple of them floppers out there. You saw some runs, some shots from Spain, all building up towards halftime, right? Things kind of get moving. England's firing back at the end of the first half. Keepers blocking, saving. You got a 0-0 halftime. Yet as I reflect, and maybe as you do too, the stage had been set for what was to come in the second half. Spain rockets out, gets a goal off the foot of Nico, who had an attempt blocked earlier. Spain would continue to apply pressure, yet could not extend that lead, and then blammo. A 3-minute flurry from England, ending with Cole Palmer's rocket shot. We're tied at 1-1. I'm already thinking ahead to penalty kicks until in the 86th minute, was it 87? I can't even read my handwriting. I think I can. It's an 8. It's got to be a 6. Spain's Orizabal scores an incredible run, a beautiful run, which is why they call it the beautiful game. I can hardly describe my emotions in the next minutes after that, as England has 2 chances to equalize, right? To get the equalizer. Both off the head. The second, Spain's defender saves it with his own freaking head at the line. It was amazing. And I don't watch soccer all the time. Spain heads home. They get the parade. They meet the king. They scored 15 goals in this tournament, which is a record. Remember 17? How about Spain's 17-year-old Lamine Yamal? He's the youngest since Pele to play in a Euro Championship final. Don't even start. I led this off with "Don't Cry for Argentina." If you stayed up late enough to watch the game, which did suffer delays at the start due to the raucous crowd. This crowd just wanted to get in there to get a prime spot for the halftime show. I mean, once you saw the game start, you saw Messi go down in a heap. Don't cry. Ultimately, you saw Argentina win its record 16th Copa America. Congratulations to Spain, Argentina, Carlos Alcaraz, Barbora, Krejcikova, the New Jersey Fives, and any champions I missed. The star of the show, Shakira. Those hips still don't lie. Don't forget to give something away today. Stay safe out there and stay hydrated. I'll see all y'all right here next time for more.
Hey, phenomenal, buddy.